All the content contained in this webcast is for informational purposes only. The investments and strategies contained in this webcast may not be suitable for you. Please consult your own independent financial advisor before making any investment or trading decisions. Well, Dennis, so far the slaughter has been averted. Have not been able to get to the Globex low here, and getting a couple pops and no serious
I
drops.
mean, it's just a continuation of what we've seen for the 2 hours leading up to this. We're hanging around this 1375 area. The high frequency traders already got it in the vice grip, Joel. Nothing's moving. Like we opened low on some of the stocks, and we're kind of just hanging out.
Okay, well, as long as we stay above this, the Globex session low 1371.75, I think we have a chance to go up and at least kiss that 1380 number, which we've been focusing on for the last couple weeks. There is some green on the board, Dennis, in the gold stocks that you were talking about.
Yeah, actually there is, Joel. NEM, I have a chart up here. This is your 3-month chart. You can see it has had a terrible 3 months, been moving down, Newmont Mining, but risk-off day, and they're buying the gold stocks. And if you look, actually, I'll just change the timeline here. If you look what happened today, the stock actually opened right near the low of the day at 47.87. Really chopped around there for a minute or two. This is a one-day chart, just today's action, the last hour. But never looked back. The stock's just been moving up since then. All the other gold stocks here, too, same deal here, Joel. Barrick Gold opened near the lows, been rallying up. Gold Corp right here, same thing, and AEM is doing the same thing as well. So actually AEM had a little bit of sell-off, but it's rallied back up since. So these gold miners, Joel, are looking pretty good.
Yeah, we talked about the double bottom, the Newmont there, and right around the 47.50 area. So if you're a swing trader, don't mind taking point worth of heat or losing a buck on something. We may have a point of reference there here in the mid 47s for Newmont Mining. I really wouldn't say this stock is out of the woods here until we can get above, have a couple closes above this $50 level. ABX kind of had its same formation, double bottom 40.41 to 40.46. We're now a buck off that level, so if you're looking to perhaps I'll have a low risk entry point here, buying it at this area, risking down to under 40.40 level. Probably not a bad trade, Dennis, but how many times when you see stocks that sell off like this and then get a 2 or 3 day pop, do they always just kind of like peter out and then go back down?
Yeah, I don't know if I can say confidently that this is the low for all these gold stocks. They've been out of favor here for the last month and a half. Obviously, with the market weakness, it's a little bit of a sector rotation where they're moving into the defensive names, and the gold miners have been beat up. So even some of your value investors might be coming in there. But if all of a sudden this market starts to turn around and go higher, these probably start to get sold off to those lows again, Joel. So I'm not sure if it's going to be more than a day or two rally. All depends on what the market does.
Okay, well, the only analyst on Wall Street to downgrade Apple is probably cleaning out his desk right now. Stock, a couple of our traders at premarketinfo.com that we do some individual analysis for Apple. I said, unless it takes out Thursday's low, which was 623.40, how can you be short this thing? Lo and behold, it didn't even get within a buck and a half of that, Dennis.
Yeah, the low 625.30. Man, there's just no stop in this stock. Here we are. You're down. Well, the market's rallying back a little bit right now, but you're still down 12 on the S&P. Gets a downgrade. Hadn't seen a downgrade in I don't know how long. Gets a downgrade, and the stock is actually trying to go positive here, Joel. It's trading 631.63. This thing might go positive, which is just insane. You just cannot be short the stock. It's just dead money to the shorts. It keeps eating them away, and I think everybody keeps trying to play this from a short side, and it just doesn't work. It just keeps marching higher. So I don't know. Until like you said, you can break some of these key support numbers. The trend is still your friend, and the trend is still higher here, Joel.
Okay, I'm a little bit surprised, but AOL seems to be just getting a major follow through on that news with Microsoft. I mean, they put $1 billion in their pocket. And I don't know how much they've added in market cap on that, Dennis, but there's got to be more to the story than just the selling of these patents. They must have some other in the queue they're going to get rid of as well.
Well, I think CNBC was hinting at that there is more patents in the queue, and they didn't really realize there was this much value in these patents, I don't think. So that's why the stock is continuing to get a lift here. Like we were saying on the first show, this had a $1.75 billion market cap in its entirety coming into today, and they just sold, those patents, some of those patents for $1 billion. So, I think that's why it's getting such a lift here, because the value wasn't in the market cap. So it's coming into today though, Joel, up 42% now. What a day for AOL.
Yeah, I think also they're talked about distributing some of that wealth to the stock owners. So I guess if you want to get some of that distribution, you got to own the stock, and I don't know if it will compensate for the jump in the stock price. But yep, I mean the news is definitely sending AOL higher. The pre-market high that we talked about was a crazy level. That was 20, I believe it was over $27, Dennis. We got up to $27.99. Look for that as a next stopping point if this can continue. Seems to be running a little bit of trouble though at $26.70. Another tech stock that's kind of hanging in there too. The Microsoft. We talked about the 3105 level, the old double bottom. And the reason I couldn't get too carried away with shorting it under that level was because 3080 is the area that it broke out from in February. So I'm sure there was a lot of people looking to get their stock back under 31. It didn't spend much time under there, Dennis, and now it's battling back here, only down 34 cents.
Yeah, just a couple of cents below 31, 30.97 being the low, and it has bounced. And a lot of these tech stocks have bounced overall. I think Apple's leading the charge, but if you look like a stock like even IBM here, Joel, IBM has bounced up nicely from its low as well. I'll just give you a one-day chart just so you can see what's happened here today. The stock obviously opened quite a bit weaker, opened at 203.96, went straight down to 203.44, but then rallied up and got as high here, Joel, touched 205. So that was only down 46 cents, and it's been hanging out here just under 205 at 204.79 now. That's pretty good relative strength for IBM, considering we're still down 13 S&P points.
Yeah, I know. So you got to figure it's $6 off the high of its, off the all-time high here. So anybody that was fortunate enough to short it above the 205 area up to the 210 area, hey, it's pulling in here. The SPOOs are down 13. Surely doesn't look like we're going to get the follow through as of yet. Is that 300 point down day? So you just got to put out your 100 lot bids and hope you don't get nickeled and dimed.
Financials, Joel. The financials are not doing well today, though. We said that in the pre-market that they seem to be the leaders on the downside, and it's continuing into the regular session. Stock like Bank America is now trading below that critical $9 level. Opened at $9.04. Really hasn't looked back. It's trading down $8.96. Got as low as $8.83. Other one to look at, J.P. Morgan is weak. Citigroup. Just across the board, the financials are pretty weak here, Joel. Even Goldman Sachs trading down here. Getting a little bounce, but overall they're definitely the weakest sector probably out there today.
Yeah, the Bank America, that was a quick spike down, just people just hastily getting out of some stock here. That low coincided with the 885 low that we had at March 15th. So I think that's going to be good support for a while, perhaps get it back over that $9 level for a couple days before it takes its next dive. Goldman Sachs didn't quite get as low as we thought at that 115 area. Got the 115.71 and getting a little bit of a bounce now. So maybe more patient sellers are trying to get out of a long or shorts. Maybe this thing will drift back up to that $120 level over the next day or two.
One other one I just want to focus on is Disney. Obviously had the downgrade from Citigroup today, which has put the stock under pressure. But interesting enough, right around that 42 level that we've been talking about, it has bounced off there a little bit, trading 42.14, just above there right now. I'll just show you the intraday chart here. So basically we opened right here 42.17, drifted down, got to the 42, bounced off here a bit, been consolidating here for quite some time in this 42.10 to 42.20 area. So what do you think of Disney, Joel?
That's a huge move for it to move 94 cents. I mean, sometimes it takes a month to do that. So once again, if you're a short seller and you have this thing anywhere up over the $44 level up to the high of 44.50, I mean, a majority of days, to get it to go down 93 cents, it's just not going to happen. Not in this choppy, high frequency trading world. So some shorts are coming in here and buying this thing right on the support we talked about at 42.
Well, that's all I've really got for you for an update here. The market is starting to kiss up to that 1380. It's 1377.75, so just a couple points away from that number there, Joel.
Yep, 1380.50s level we're looking at. 1383 and a quarter would be our mid range for the day. That also would take us up into the lows that we had at the end of last week. So you just got to drift up. It doesn't look like they're really going to kill the market today. So play it careful here. Look for that 1380.50 as a target on the long side. That's our 10:30 a.m. update for you today, folks, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.